Okay, so this is going to build on our knowledge of equivalent fractions, right? Because we're going to start with 12/18 here. But 12/18 has a whole family of equivalent fractions which has the same value. And we often kind of want to find one of those fractions from the family of equivalent fractions, which kind of is the nicest one to deal with. So that's usually going to be one where the top and bottom are just the smallest numbers they could possibly be. So when we're simplifying, we're going to be using division to make the numbers on the top and bottom smaller. So for example, you might say here that 12 and 18 are both multiples of 2. So we could divide the numerator and denominator by 2 to end up with 6/9. So we found an equivalent fraction, and we've made the denominator and the numerator, so the numbers on the top and bottom, a bit smaller. So that's a bit nicer to deal with. But to fully simplify the fraction, which is the aim of this kind of part of the lesson, we want to make them as small as possible. So what we're going to do is try to find what is called the highest common factor, which is actually just as it sounds. It's going to be the highest possible number, which is a factor of 12 and a factor of 18. So I can see a lot of people have got far ahead of me in getting to the answer already. So I'm going to just fill in the factors of 12 quickly. There's quite a good method for finding these, which I'm going to show you, which makes sure that you don't miss any, which is that we kind of always start with 1, because 1 is always a factor of any number, and the smallest factor. And then I'm going to think of the factor pairs. So what I mean by that is numbers which multiply together to make the total. So because 1 times 12 is 12, I'm going to put 1 and 12. I'm then going to go to the next smallest factor after 1. So we go up one number to 2. 2 is also a factor of 12. So I'm going to write that one down as well. And can anyone tell me what the factor pair of 2 is to make 12? 6. Okay, great. So 2 and 6. 2 times 6 is 12. And then we'll go up to the next factor of 12, which is 3. 3 times 4 is 12. I can see a lot of you are saying that in the chat already. So I'm going to put 3 and 4. And we're done already, because as we've been going from the bottom up in terms of factors of 12, we've actually also started on the right-hand side here, the largest factor of 12, 12 itself, and we've been going down step by step. And because we've now got to 3 and 4, those two lists have kind of met in the middle, and we've got a complete list of the factors of 12.